make sure that whatever you're doing, you truly have passion for. That's the biggest thing that I tell people. And understand that you truly are in control of your own destiny. One of the things that you can do is go so far down a rabbit hole that you work yourself into another job. You're an entrepreneur with a job. And I always tell people, why would you build a company that you don't want to be a part of? So stay true to what it is that you're doing. And I think you can do that when you don't only chase money. You have to chase top line revenue. You have to chase cash flow, right? That's part of being business. You don't have to chase the money. And I think that's one of the biggest things. It's, and that goes into my second point. It's going to be harder. It's going to take longer, and it's going to be more painful than you think. I could be wrong, but I'm 99% right on that, right? I mean, you might be the one who calls and it's like, Joe was so wrong. It was so much easier than I thought, but it's harder. It's going to take longer, and it's going to be more painful, which means when you wake up in the morning and you have a knot in your stomach because you have to look at the bank account, you just made payroll and you got to do it again in another 2 weeks. Like when you have those moments, and those moments don't pass as rapidly as you would like you have to have something that keeps you going. And that has to be a belief in truly whatever it is that you're trying to build. And I always say, it doesn't matter what it is. I don't have to think it's a great idea. I don't have to be passionate about it, but you have to. You're the only person who has to be on your train and put it in gear every day. And I used to tell people that. Anyone who told me about starting a business, I said, what have you done today to get it going? Because you can't just wait for people to jump on. I've never seen at Union Station, I've never seen people running and pushing people out of the way to get on a train that's not moving. Like people like that train hasn't moved in 2 weeks. No one runs to get on a train that's not going anywhere. But as soon as it says this train's leaving in 30 seconds, what do you see? People run, they jump on that train, and that's what you have to be as an entrepreneur. Put it and go. Sometimes you're alone. Sometimes you have people for 1 or 2 stops. Sometimes you have people for the whole journey. But either way, put it and go and believe in where you're going, and it'll work.
Sometimes it may actually be dark ahead and you can't really see the tracks, but you still have to keep going.
Still have to go.
Nina, any specific fun, scary moments you want to share with us? You waking up outside, looking outside to see if your car's still there because you're wondering if somebody repossessed it or anything? Anything you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, I think the scary moments really just come when you're kind of faced with the daunting task of everything that you want to achieve. And there's this the fear of failure is something that I think that we don't really talk about a lot because we live in a culture where the failure, we're told that, failure is a bad thing, and I think there's a flip that we need to do around that and really start thinking about what does failure mean, and then what do we do with that information. And so I was talking to this judge down in Mississippi, and he's the president-elect of the National Bar Association. And he ran for the National Bar Association 3 times. And he's like, who else ran for president 3 times? Joe Biden. And he lost 2 of those 3 times. And yep. Judge Moore also ran 3 times to be president of the National Bar Association, and he lost the first 2 times as well.
Most people
Joe. Sorry.
Go ahead, sir. Sorry, I was going to say most people do have many failures. That's just not what's in the press. That's not what you see on their profile.
And Joe, exactly. And Joe mentioned he had startups before doing this. I also had startups before doing this, and I think that's really important for every entrepreneur to understand and internalize, is that failure is a part of this journey. You can recontextualize your failure as learning opportunities. And just because something doesn't get off the ground, it's okay, because that has given you the information you need. And then I think the second thing is really the people that you surround yourself with are really going to be the things that drive you forward too. Like similar to having having that passion, that drive internally. It's not to say that you need to have a co-founder or, a team of people that work with you on a day-to-day basis. That's always great. But also like really thinking about your support system in terms of just like your friends and family, and how can you really leverage that to keep yourself going, because self-care is really key to the entrepreneurial journey as well. And so that's a real important part that we don't talk about enough that we need to address.
If you think today's tip or guest interview can help someone please share this with them. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. If you're listening on YouTube, don't forget to hit that little bell next to the subscribe button so you can be notified when we release a new episode. Our show features entrepreneurs, business executives, and the stories behind how they got there, as well as daily tips on career advice and job interviews. You can visit Riderflex.com to learn more about us and get information on the recruiting and consulting services we provide. Thanks so much for listening and have a great day.